Good day, you're on to African Free Press. My name is Sam Kubi, and this is Nigeria Today. Today we have a special guest with us who is going to be talking about health issues and some health experiences that we have in the country. I have BIANCA with me today. You're very welcome, BIANCA.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, you're welcome. So, first thing on the agenda of things we're talking about is the fact that the president has traveled to the UK for vacation slash health issues. Now, being a healthcare practitioner, what do you have to say about this particular thing and knowing how things are in the country?
Thank you. First and foremost, I want to sympathize with the president. And I wish him a fast recovery,
Okay.
so he can come back and do what he's been doing. But our healthcare system needs to change, and it needs to change fast. You know, it's about time. You know, I was looking at the CNN. They were making fun of our president, being flown to London for ear infection. You know, that's sad, because we've been a country for 55 years now, and we're still struggling with the basics. I think that needs to change, and it needs to change fast. So, when it comes to our health system, yes, the federal government needs to invest in schools, in medical schools.
Okay.
We have intellectual people in this country, that are overly qualified, but they don't have the amenities. So the government, it's time for them to invest in schools. So things like that don't have to happen. Our president can be comfortably treated here in this country,
Okay.
without being flown to another country. So
Okay.
it's sad. It's sad. And it needs to be changed. It needs to change.
Okay. Speaking about the president and treatments that are needed, well, there are rumors that there has been a cancer scare in the past, the president having that. Could that be the reason for his traveling? And can you confirm this particular scare? Because it looks like a lot of Nigerians are not even aware that their president has had an issue with cancer at any point in his life.
Prior to him becoming president, he has prostate cancer
I see.
that was managed. I think it was in remission, and I believe the cancer has metastasized because based on the inside, and now I can confirm
Okay.
that it has metastasized to the brain.
Hmm.
And also that the president has mania disease, which is an autoimmune disease. It's incurable, but it can be managed. The president was sick prior to him, but it was well managed.
Okay.
Now, with all the stress of becoming, the president, and it's just too much stress. With age and everything, I believe it's wearing him down.
I see.
Yes,
Okay.
but definitely he has prostate cancer
Okay.
prior.
Okay, so this combination of diseases that he seems to have right now, can they be properly managed so well that he will come back and perform properly for the rest of his tenure, considering his age? Okay, what do you think?
There's so many factors involved now. If the cancer truly has metastasized to his brain, then he cannot come back to fully function as the president. Because when you look at it, anything that affects the brain affects everything. Your brain is the engine.
Yes.
So when you have cancer, abnormal cells there, you're prone to seizures. You're prone to dizziness, it's confusion. Automental status, confusion again. So as a president, he needs all his functions to be. He needs all his brain and everything to work.
Really insane.
To be so, if he has brain cancer, it's unfortunate.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Well, we do hope that.
But I do wish him a fast recovery, or at least to get the cancer controlled,
Okay.
where he can, with chemo and radiation, I believe they can sustain him.
Okay.
For a little bit.
Okay. Now on the last note of this traveling out of the country and so on and so forth. Now, being an expert or being someone who is well knowledgeable in the area of health, do you think that Nigeria doesn't have the basic facilities to even take care for the president? And if the answer is yes, then what do you think the government needs to do? Because if they can't handle the president, then what do we do about the general public?
You know, that's an interesting question. If the president is not here in Nigeria being treated, that means we don't have the basic facility or the basic amenities to treat the president.
Wow.
And that's why he's out of the country. And it's sad that after 55 years of being a country, we cannot boast of basics, and those are the things that needs to be changed, I remember the president himself, there was a law, it was back in April this year.
Yeah, a form of decree.
It was a decree that no government official or federal government official should go outside the country for any type of medical, treatments. And here he is. So you realize that he may have said it, but deep down we don't have that basic amenities to sustain, even ear infection.
Wow.
And it's sad. It's really sad.
It is.
So we have a lot of work. They need to really sit down and make sure that, because you look at it, if the rich people cannot be here, then what about the poor people?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it needs to change.
Okay.
It really needs to change.
Thank you so much, Bianca.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, on the very last note, we'll ask one more question though. On the case of the Orlando shooting that took place in the gay club about 24 or a little over 24 hours ago,
Yes.
what do you have to say about that? Because even though Nigeria is a country that openly doesn't support homosexuality, we do sympathize with them all over the world. We sympathize with the fact that someone walked into a club and due to reasons that it believes are supposed to be right, decides to kill people, even if he is right. But then killing people should not be what they should resort to. Now, you being someone who resides in the U.S. and the place where that happened, what do you have to say? I think you have a more in-depth, more personal way to express what happened.
It's may their souls rest in peace. The 50 victims that were killed and then 53 were injured.
Wow.
It's the most terrorist act that has ever happened, in a long time. And I don't think that's right. Even Martin Luther King said that hate, you have to drive hate with love. I believe that we all have the right to be who we want to be. We're not God, so let God be the ultimate judge of their choices in life. What their sexuality, that's their choice, and let God deal with that. Let them deal, at the end. Let them. There's a God, and if they don't believe in God, there's higher power.
Yes.
Let their conscience. Let them deal with it. It's not for you to go and kill. Because killing is already a sin. So, who are you fighting for? You're not fighting for God because you're killing. So, at the end of the day, I believe that's absolutely wrong and that shouldn't. And I pray that justice should be served soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
Yes.
Okay.
May their souls rest in peace.
Thank you very much, Bianca.
Thank you.
Okay, and that was it with Bianca this very beautiful day on Nigeria Today, African Free Press. You do know if you want more of this beautiful content, go to our website, www.africanfreepress.com, or check out our Facebook.com/African Free Press, or Twitter, follow us there at African Free Press with a single S. And you do know this is where we report Africa from a refreshing perspective. Until next time, my name is Sam Adedoyin Kubi. Have a good day.